Hey everybody, Charles Calhoun, aka the Shadetree Pro. Hey, this is like a nice little test run on my podcast that I'm gonna do, and so just doing a little experiment here. Testing out my new mic, got my little setup here, and I just think it'll be something interesting. It's real hot outside in Florida now, but I used to run a little thing I had called Calhoun Golf back in the day. That's when you used to have to do the emails and all different things. And I had this thing on there called My 2 Cents Worth, that I basically would just, find a topic and, maybe spout out about 2 minutes of information of what I saw in the golf world or in life in general. And it turned out to be something very, very successful for me. Now, you all know the biggest thing I talk about now is this book of mine. I tell people all the time, it's still the greatest book that's ever been written on the grip, because why? Simply, it transcends to other sports, and it's just that good. And I tell people all the time, one of the most powerful things about being able to put something down on paper, not only if it can be historical when your day has come and you're no longer around, how the price of things go up when the artist dies, but we're not hoping for that right now. But the beauty of it is that, man, when you could put it to put pen to paper and put it out there in the world, and people want to buy it. I told people before, I said, I don't care if I just made $1 off of this, man. You just don't know how good it makes me feel that, someone who, like me, I was not necessarily diagnosed as dyslexic or whatever, but, I have my issues when it comes to certain things. I struggle with words sometimes, but that's what makes me more fascinating is that, I've written 3 books. Actually, to tell the truth, I've written 5. This actually is my 4th book. I know I always say my 3rd book, but I wrote a book on putting, and I still have it. It's called Solid Putting. But what I realized is that, hey, wait a minute, I'm giving away some information that I just did not want to give away. So I kind of pulled that book back, and I do have it sitting at the house. But, putting, man, I tell you about the golf swing, but putting is where you make your money at. So I'm just going to try to, do some things that's kind of, just keep myself entertained as well, because just don't get me wrong, I really don't think the golf swing is that difficult. I think, like I said, top down is what it is. You see Bryson and all these different people starting to talk about, how the club comes down. But as I've said to many people before, is that when people, I call it the herd of cattle syndrome. It's just like, even when people talk about the swing from the ground up, nobody really compared it to anything. There was people who said, well, you swing the arms. No, you move your legs. No, you swing your arms. But nobody really just sat back. And like I said in one of my videos that I did at LPG International clinics I did, where I basically said, like Coca-Cola had Pepsi, there had to be a challenge. And I think I'm one of the only people that's in the world that's ever written a philosophy that actually shows the difference between the two. And I made it very, very simple when I said that there is a difference between the two. Whereas if you lift your arms up in the air and you turn your hips like I'm turning in this chair right now, my arms are never going to come down. But then when I swing my arms down, then the whole body reacts. And one of the biggest problems that I think, as I said, in golf, is that just because you can do it doesn't mean you absolutely have to do it, that you have to focus on trying to do it. When we take off running, now there's another good example. When we take off running, we're scared. We take off running, our legs are go. And then we have to start we physically have to start pumping our arms to get them going. And essence, the legs will just move on their own. And because nobody, if you run like this, you instantly can feel it. But we got to physically make those arms go. And I think that's a lot to do with the same in the golf swing. We physically got to make the arms or the upper body go. And that's what a lot of top down is. And, but like I said to people, I don't mind people disagreeing with it in a sense, but I'll just say, just give it a try and see where it goes. Now, another thing that I got going on, as I said, with this great Dead Fingers book, I've been messing around and, with some grips. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of grips here, kind of. I'm just one of these guys, I'm looking for a manufacturer to produce this glove for me. But I'm still one of those tinkers from back in West Virginia. I like building stuff and putting it together. I got this one of my this little training aid that I made here. It's kind of like with the Dead Fingers in itself, how they fit in there. But this grip here, or this training aid here, I never brought it out to market, but it's something that I practice with, because what this little V does here, it kind of like guides my eyes and trying to find my eye plane in a sense. And it's just something that I've had. It's been very, very successful for me. I practice with it a lot. I actually gave my girl Amber one of those. From down, and y'all seen the videos of her. But yeah, I've got my Dead Finger gloves. Like I said, I've been practicing with it for, about 3 weeks now. And like I say, the success of it has just been phenomenal. So, but all this video is right now is, I've just kind of put this together. I'm going to figure out, what it is that I'm going to do. Because, hey, listen, I could talk all day long. I kind of like talking. But I'm just putting things together to see, you all can get another side of who I am when I sit down here and I talk about subjects. Because, as I said before, it's no different when I'm sitting at my bar. I might have all kinds of conversations. Hey, you might see me sitting here with a cocktail in my hand or whatever. Don't get offended. Or for those who don't drink, I do like to have a cocktail. I'm in this process now of going through this weight loss stage, things I'm getting ready to work on. So you're going to see a whole transformation of me, but, you're going to see me talk about some fun things. And also, you're going to see me talk about some serious things, because as much as I love the game of golf and try to share it with a lot of people, teaching a golf swing is easy for me, but that's not where my expertise is. My expertise is out there, getting your mind right, getting you in the grind, getting you to where you need to be, because it's a mindset of discipline. And I tell people, because I've got a couple of my books here, and you got some of my things up on the wall there. But the thing is, to put pen to paper and to put it out so it could be sold out to the public, man, you're talking about discipline. And I'll tell you what, I told one of my friends, I said my very first book, Golf Setup for Success, I probably got 10 different versions of that, here in my computer. Where I finally was able to get it to a point where I could break it down and be able to write about it and like I say, and bring it to the masses. And that's the one book that, this Golf Setup for Success, I didn't put it in print copy like I did with those. It's just basically digital. At Amazon, go to ShadeTreePro.com/books. I'll put that in the details on this, but go to ShadeTreePro.com/books, and you'll see all 3 of my books that I have setting up, there for sale or whatever. They're good one. And I appreciate all you out there who's purchased the book. But what I like more than anything, I appreciate the fact that, that the books and the information that I keep giving you all is helping you all. So I don't want to stay on here too much longer. And, because this is just like my little introduction to my little podcast called Under the Shade Tree. That's what it is. I haven't made up my mind. Is it going to be Under the Shade Tree, my 2 cents worth, or it's Under the Shade Tree, give the stick to the bear? And if you all out there don't know what I mean by give the stick to the bear, that's just that toughness, that tough love. Basically saying is this: if you see me walking through the woods and you see me fighting a bear, help the bear. Pick up a stick and give it to the bear, because he got a lot to deal with dealing with me. And everybody knows out there at Shadetree Pro, man, he stands up for what he believes and who he is and the people he believe in. That's how we roll. But hey, like I said, people, I hope y'all enjoy the podcast Under the Shade Tree I got coming. And like I said, always good golfing.